hopefully when they get to
Right.
Washington, D.C., they'll be able to express that interest as well.
But, okay, I understand that point, Mayor. I'd like you,
our city
with all due respect, Mayor, I'd like you to answer this question. Mayor,
what is the question, Laura?
My question is this.
I'm listening, Laura.
You are suffering in Baltimore, as many other metropolitan areas are as well. It's not unique to Baltimore, but nevertheless, you're suffering from declining enrollment. You're suffering from a huge budget deficit, while your office is adding 20 staffers.
Budget deficit.
$130 million budget deficit for education in this fiscal year.
Yeah, well, that's not our entire city budget. So I thought you were talking about
your
the
schools.
City.
We're talking about you're funding buses in part to go down to Washington, and yet you have a budget deficit and you're laying off students.
Straight, love. I don't know whether you're trying to become the communications director for the Trump administration.
I don't know why you're getting personal, Mayor. I don't know why you're getting personal.
We're not funding. We are providing assistance to young people to make sure that they get to Washington, D.C. safely.
But why is that your job? Why is that your job as the mayor of Baltimore, to assist student activists? Are you doing that for the March for Life next January?
That's exactly the reason why I'm doing it, because I am the mayor of my city, because I care about my children. I want their voices to be heard, and we're going to make sure that their voices are heard in Washington, D.C.
Have you done that for the March for Life, Mayor?
I'm very excited.
Have you done that for the pro-life march every January?
Actually, the pro-lifers didn't reach out to me. The young
people
you would fund them
next
city
January?
And our country. The children of our city, of our country, reached out to me. They came down, and we offered to assist them so that they can get to Washington, D.C.
Okay, so you're not spending any money? So all the reports on the $100,000 is false?
So Laura's trying to keep the conversation on topic and pushing through all of the disrespectfulness this mayor is showing Laura, especially calling her love. I mean, that's just inappropriate. But anyway, so Laura's trying to ask her, like, why are you paying for these buses for these children in your school district to go into Washington to be a part of the anti-gun march that's happening? Why are you paying for those when Baltimore financially is suffering? And Laura's, trying to give an example as the mayor is just like mumbling over her and says, for example, you are a $130 million budget for budget deficit for education alone in that current year. So how are you finding money to now pay for these kids to go to Washington? And the mayor is like just rambling on, and then she gets personal to Laura and says, well, what are you trying to become, the communication director? And Laura even calls her out on that. She's like, why are you getting personal? Just answer the question. And so Laura goes, so if the kids want to go to the protest for March for Life, will you pay for their bus? And the mayor's like, well, those kids didn't come to me. So Laura's like, okay, well, next year, if those kids come to you, will you pay for their bus ride to Washington as well to make sure they get there safely? And of course, as you see in the video, she doesn't even answer the question. She just rambles on.